A body moves from rest. Rest means initial velocity is 0. With a uniform acceleration and travels 270 meters in 3 seconds. So it travels how much? 270 meters in how much time? 3 seconds. So you have to find the velocity which is after 10 seconds. So you have to find the final velocity after 10 seconds. So my question is, now they have asked final velocity after 10 seconds. So why they have given 3 seconds? So obviously they have given the 3 seconds because just to give us the information that a body covers 270 meters in 3 seconds. So this is the information which they have given us to find something. So we can use that and find final velocity. So what I can get from this information is acceleration, because displacement is available, time is available, and initial velocity is also available. So with this, obviously first I get the acceleration, and after getting acceleration I can find the final velocity. So first is using the second formula. Why second formula? As we know, because displacement and time is available. What is u? Time plus acceleration is not available, and time is 3 square and displacement is 270. 3 zeros are 0. So what is left is half into a into 9 cross multiply. So we got the acceleration. Now they asked us what final velocity. So v is u plus at. U is 0, acceleration 60, and time is how many seconds they asked? 10 seconds. 0 plus 600 is 600 meter per second. The final velocity is 600 meters. Done. 12th sum. A body moving with a constant acceleration travels the distance 3 meters and 8 meters respectively in 1 second and 2 seconds. It means that in a given time period 1 second, it covers the distance of 3 meters, and a given 2 seconds from start. That means the initial point in both the cases same. A to B initially is A point, and A to C also initially is A point. That means in 1 second 3 meters, and in 2 seconds it covers 8 meters. It's given that the acceleration is uniform. So that means when A to B, and if I go from A to C, the acceleration was uniform, that is same. So I can say that the acceleration be A meter per second square. And what else will be same? In both the cases, the initial point A is same, A to B and A to C. So can I say that the initial velocity be u meter per second? That means we don't know two things, acceleration and initial velocity. What they have asked, that only. Initial velocity and acceleration, they both are same when it goes from A to B or A to C. The initial point is same, so velocity is u, and acceleration A to B, there's a change in velocity, A to C, change in velocity. That they mentioned the question is uniform, hence I have taken acceleration as A, which will be same in the case from A to B and A to C. In the first case, A to B, S is equal to ut plus half at square, because displacement time both are available. So displacement is how much in the first case? 3 meters. U we don't know, time is 1 second, half, acceleration not available, time is 1 second. So 3 equals to u plus 1 plus 5 is 1. LCM 2. So into 2, 2u plus a, 3 2s are 6, 2u plus a. Hence, I can say that either I find the value of u or a, I will definitely take a over here, because a does not have any coefficient over here. So I will say that a will be plus 2 will come here, 6 minus 2u. So the value of a is 6 minus 2u, and now we'll start with the second, which is from A to C. Again s equals to ut plus half at square. Now in that case a2c, the displacement is 8. Initial is u, time is 2 seconds, half. Acceleration not available and time is again 2 seconds. So 8 2u plus half a into 2. Obviously I can substitute but afterwards, not here. I will substitute at the end. So now 2u plus 2a is 8. 2 you can take common. So 8 upon 2 is u plus a. That means now you can see, students, that a plus u is 4. So from 1, what is the value of a? Instead of a, what I write? 6 minus 2u plus u equals to 4. So 6 minus 2 plus 1 is minus u equals to 4. 4 will come here. Therefore, u is 2 meter per second. And now the same u I can substitute and put equation 1. Put u equals to 2 meter per second in equation 1. What will I get? A equals to 6 minus 2u. What is u? 2. 6 minus 4. 2 meter per second square is my 12th sum. So we have found obviously initial velocity also and acceleration also. So students, here as I have told you, I have taken accelerations a because uniform initial velocity is same from a to b and a to c. So first I found for a to b one equation, a to c second equation, and I have substituted the value of a in equation 2 and I have got the answer. If you want, you can write over here equation 2. But in sum, a car travels with a uniform velocity of 25 meters per second for 5 seconds. That means, understand over here, the a car travels with a uniform velocity for 5 seconds. That means when it started with 25 and throughout for 5 seconds it continued with the same velocity. That's called uniform velocity. So when the body has uniform velocity, I have told earlier also, there is no change in velocity. If there is no change in velocity, there is no acceleration. That means the acceleration of that part will be 0. So here the car moves for 5 seconds with a uniform velocity. The car is moving with a uniform velocity for 5 seconds. Acceleration is 0. Now brakes are then applied and the car is uniformly retarded and come to rest for further 10 seconds. So at this point now brakes were applied. It means what? Now the velocity will keep on decreasing. So they are mentioned there is a retardation and it comes to rest. That means that finally the body becomes what? It comes to rest. Meaning the final velocity over here is 0 and it took how much time? 10 seconds. So students, at this time when I am taking A and B, A is initial, B is final. But in B and C, B is initial, C is final. So always you have to understand that which 2 points you are considering, which is the initial point, which is the final point. The velocity at the initial point will be initial velocity, the velocity at the final point will be final velocity. So now the information is available. What they have asked, the distance the car travels before the brakes are applied. The brakes were applied at this point. Before this point, the car was going with a uniform velocity, and when it travels with uniform velocity, the acceleration is 0. And when acceleration is 0, you cannot use the 3 kinematic equations. So for here, to find the distance, you have to use speed into time. What is the speed? 25. For how much time? 5. Answer is 125 meters. So how much distance the car travels before the brakes are applied is 125 meters. Second, what is the retardation? The retardation, can I say here that there is no retardation, there is no acceleration because there is no change in velocity. So where does change in velocity? 25 to 0. There is a change in velocity. So here they asked me the second part. Retardation. So acceleration is v minus u upon t, and acceleration which part? BC part. So b is the first, c is second. So b will become what? Initial velocity, and this will become your final velocity. So 0 minus 25. How much time it took to change the velocity? 10. Now last, distance traveled by the car after applying the brakes. After applying the brakes, obviously there was a change in velocity. That means there was a retardation, and I can use that kinematic equation to find the distance. So distance during the acceleration or retardation is displacement. So third part, s equals to ut plus half a t square. U, obviously which part we'll consider? BC, because distance after brakes. So what is u? Time it took 10 seconds plus half. What was the retardation we got? Minus 2.5, which I can write simply as 25 upon 10, and time was 10 square. So 250 plus minus 25 plus into minus is minus 25, and 20 into 10 square is 100. 0 will get cancelled, 1s are 5s are. So 250 minus 125 is 125 meters is my 13th sum. So first we found the distance before the brakes applied. It was uniform velocity, no acceleration. So we cannot use kinematic equations. So simply distance between time. Then retardation, after brakes applied, there was change in velocity, so we can use kinematic equation, and we found the distance. Now comes the 14th sum. A spacecraft flying in a straight course with a velocity, that is initial velocity is 75 kilometers per second, fires its rocket motors for 6 seconds. At the end of this time, the speed is 120. At the end, it is end final velocity. That means it goes something like this. It started with A. The rocket motors were in action. Rocket motors are in action means the force is applied. That's why rocket motors are in action. For how much time? 6 seconds. So start with the velocity was 75 km per second, and here will be 125 km per second. So obviously what will come in your mind is, sir, can we convert kilometers? So it's okay we don't convert. Reason because time is already in seconds and this is also in seconds. We can keep it as it is. So we'll not convert over here because time is definitely satisfying the unit. So for the first 6 seconds there is a change in velocity. That means the acceleration is there. What they have asked? At the end of this time the speed is 120 in the same direction. In a space, the spacecraft average acceleration while the rocket motors were firing. I have told you for this particular time, the rocket motors were firing. In other words, force was acting. So if you remember in my formula sheet, I have already given this. Till the time the force acts on the body will accelerate. As soon as the force will stop, then the body will move with the uniform velocity, that means without any acceleration. So here first they asked me the average acceleration for the first 6 seconds. So what is acceleration? What is v? What is u? And what is time? 6 seconds. So 45 upon 6, 3 2s are, 3 15s are, 7.5 kilometers per second square. Is our first answer. second one they asked. Distance traveled by the spacecraft in the first 10 seconds after rocket motors were started. The motors have been in action only for 6 seconds. That means they were action for 6 seconds. And they have asked us to find the distance for 10 seconds. That means 6 are already used over here. How many seconds are left? 4 seconds. As I have told you that as the rocket motors were in action for 6 seconds, this part will be said to be accelerated. Hence, I can use the kinematic equation. But after this, the body will move with the uniform velocity for the reason. Why? Because no force was acting. If no force was acting, the body will move the uniform velocity, and in this case, the acceleration will be 0. Just to find the distance, we'll use what formula? We cannot use the kinematic equation, we have to use distance speed into time. So now how to find distance? So first, we have to find distance for the first 6 seconds. I know that it was accelerated, so I can use s equals to ut plus half at square. Initial velocity was 75, time as they have given 6, half. Acceleration we just found as 7.5 and time is again 6. 75, 6 is 450, half, remove the decimal, 6 ka square is 36. So 2 ones are 3 plus 135 is 585. In the first 6 seconds. Then in the last 4 seconds, the distance will be speed into time. The speed will be obviously throughout. What the final velocity got B as 120? No, that means now the body movement got 120 only for 4 seconds. So now the total distance in 10 seconds will be 585 plus 480, that is 1065 kilometers. 14 sum. This all are very important. Sum after 9 sum all are very important. So till now we have finished 14. The last sum, 15 sum, we will be solving it right now. A train starts from rest. That means at point A, the initial velocity is 0. It starts from rest and accelerates uniformly at the rate of 2 meters per second square. That means it is giving the information, it accelerates, it's changing its velocity, which is increase in velocity because acceleration is there, for 10 seconds. That means after 10 seconds, let us say the body has reached to point B. That means here, this is the information for the point AB. A to B, 10 seconds. A to B, there was an acceleration and the initial velocity for A was 0. This is the information for AB part. It then maintains a constant speed for 200 seconds. That means from B to C, now it is able to maintain the same speed. That is constant speed. That means uniform speed. So if it's uniform velocity, can I say the acceleration for this part will be 0. That means the body started with 0, accelerated, that means it would have gained some velocity. There was some increase in velocity which remained constant till point C. Now after C, what happened? The brakes are then applied. That means at point C, brakes are applied and the train is uniformly retarded and comes to rest in 50 seconds. That means in all, the train was in motion for 250 seconds, and here finally the velocity was 0. Finally the velocity was So now, what things they have asked? The maximum velocity reached. So students, the maximum velocity, the velocity the body started with, the train started was what, 0. Here there was an increase, that means here there was some increase, so again continued, and then the brakes were applied. That means the velocity now went on decreasing and ultimately became 0. The maximum velocity reached was at point B. Maximum velocity. That means if I want to find the velocity for the point B, can I consider A and B? A is initial, B is final. So I have to find the final velocity for the AB part. So for the AB part, your V equals to U plus AT. What is U in this part? 0. Acceleration was 2 and time was 10. And 0 plus 20 is 20 meter per second. So we got the velocity at point B as 20 meter per second. Second part mein, the retardation will last 50 seconds. So now this 20, it had continued for 20 seconds the uniform velocity. That means at point C also the velocity was 20. And then brakes were applied. So retardation was there where? In the CD part. So for the CD part, what is my initial? 20, final 0. So now they asked me retardation and time was 50 seconds. You all can see 50 seconds. So the acceleration is v minus u upon time. What is v? 0. U 20. Time 50. So 0.4 meter per second square, which is 0.4 meter per second square retardation. Now what they asked? Third part. Total distance traveled. That means distance from A to B, B to C and C to D. So the third part, the total distance they have asked. That means I have to find the distance for AB part, BC part and CD part one by one. So for AB, can I use kinematic equation? Yes, because the velocity is changing. If velocity is changing, it is accelerated. I can use kinematic to find distance. I'll use S equals to UT plus half AT square. What is the initial velocity? 0. Time 10 seconds. Acceleration 2. And time for the first AB part is 10. So 0 plus 100 is 100 meters. Next is BC part. For BC, it started with 20 and ended with 20. That is uniform velocity. That means acceleration is 0. So that means in this case, I can't use kinematic equation to find distance. Now what to do? Simple formula. Speed into time. Speed was 20. For how much time? 200 seconds. So the answer is 4000 meters. The CD part. S equals to UT plus half AT square. The U for the CD. Now if you go to C for CD, I already mentioned for CD U and your U and your V. So what is your U? 20. Time was 50 seconds. Acceleration over here was retardation for CD part. Retardation is minus 0.4, which I can write minus 4 upon 10. And time was 50 ka square. So 1000 plus half into minus 4 upon 10 and 50 ka square is 2500. 0 will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 twos are. So 1000 plus into minus 2 of 3 twos is 500. Hence the answer is 500 meters. So the total distance was, starting from here, 100, 4000 and 500. 4600 meters. And now last with the fourth part, what they asked is average velocity. So average velocity, obviously here I already have displacement. I use that formula only for displacement. So displacement upon total time. What is displacement? 4600 time, as you already discussed, 10 plus 200, 210 plus 50, 260. 13 some 23. 13 69 meter per second is the final answer. Hence, we have finished exercise C also of the motion of a direction.